Liz and Linda. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Liz and Linda's podcast, and we are talking about the toxic trait of the day. Toxic trait of the day. I just got to find something real fast. I got to find something, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to find something, y'all. There it is. Okay. Okay, sorry, y'all. Y'all know I love my music. Okay. So we're going to talk about the toxic trait of the day. And the toxic trait of the day is generational sabotage. Woo! Listen, Linda, today's toxic is deep. And baby, this is the kind of toxicity that hides behind family titles, fake loyalty, manipulation, control, jealousy, and just tradition altogether. This is when people become uncomfortable with watching somebody break cycles that they normalize. See, everybody says they want healing in the family until you becomes the one that God uses to expose the dysfunction. Everybody loves talking about breaking generational curses until the curse starts fighting back through familiar faces. And let's be real. Sometimes the black sheep of the family was never cursed. They were called. Joseph's brother threw him into a pit because his dream exposed their insecurity. David was overlooked by his own family before becoming king. Jesus was doubted in his own hometown. So if you've ever felt like you were misunderstood, isolated, talked about, minimized, or treated differently because you chose healing, growth, therapy, boundaries, obedience, or purpose, baby, you are not alone. Sometimes the person breaking toxic patterns becomes the target because your freedom confronts everybody else's comfort. Generational sabotage sounds like, oh, you think you better than us? Why you acting different? You changed. You forgot where you came from. No, I just got tired of surviving things we should have healed from generations ago. Amen. Oh, Jesus. And sometimes family, they gonna protect dysfunction harder than they protect the peace, because the dysfunction becomes identity for people who never learn healthy love. That's why some people get angry when you stop tolerating manipulation, chaos, disrespect, emotional abuse, gossip, competition, or control. Your boundaries expose what they normalize. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's Romans 12:2. Transformation makes unhealed people uncomfortable. And let's talk about the black sheep for a second. The black sheep is usually the one who questions those unhealthy cycles, the ones who see through fake behavior, the one who refuses to stay silent, the one who starts healing, the one who chooses purpose over people pleasing. That's why today's toxic trait lines up perfectly with this upcoming anthology that I am proud to be the publisher of. From Black Sheep to Blueprint. Breaking free from family betrayal, bloodline altars, and narcissistic covenant. Woo! This book is for people who survived betrayal and still found purpose. The people who were talked about but still chosen. The people who became the cycle breakers despite the odds. And let me say this. Being the blueprint is lonely. I got it down here that it's lonely sometimes, but it's lonely all the time. It really is. Because when God calls you to break cycles, you're going to disappoint people who benefited from your silence. You're going to disappoint those friends and those family members who used to call you for everything, hang out with you when you was going to the beat of their drum. Now they're going to disappear. But obedience will cost you those relationships that you will only maintain through dysfunction. You do not have to stay trapped in toxic patterns just because they are familiar. You do not have to inherit bitterness, manipulation, jealousy, abuse, or dysfunction just because it runs in the bloodline. Whom the Son sets free is free indeed. That's John 8:36. That means healing is possible. Freedom is possible. Peace is possible. Purpose is possible. And sometimes the very one they call too sensitive, too different, too emotional, or too difficult is actually the one God appointed to change the entire trajectory of the family. So I will say this. I will say, stop sabotaging the people brave enough to heal. Stop attacking the people bold enough to break the cycles. Stop mocking people choosing peace over dysfunction. Because the black sheep may actually be the blueprint heaven intended all along. And if you felt like the outsider in your own story, this anthology is for you. So get with my girl, the visionary behind this amazing anthology, From Black Sheep to the Blueprint, Shannon Savoy of Narc Free Living. Look her up. She is an amazing, amazing, amazing pastoral mentor and just all around good person and friend and woman of God. And I'm glad that I know her. I'm glad she's trusting me with this anthology. And until next time, I will be back with Ask the Publisher. So stay tuned. Love y'all like Christ loved the church, and I am.